Okay, so you do a really great job of getting Valiant squared away and ready to go before we get started. With our philosophy, we like to have the equipment on and everything ready to rock. So, if the dog does happen to have the trail and needs to go, we can just get right into it. And this philosophy actually does apply also for real cases. One of the worst things in the world is if you have the track and the dog needs to go and you have to shut everything down to put your equipment on. So with our style, we like to have everything on, everything ready to go, and this starts before the scent inventory. So now I like how you get your scent inventory going. You start walking around the area, letting Valiant check the general vicinity for the different types of odors that are here. Now, one of the things that's really important to do when we are doing the scent inventory is not to concentrate on any one thing or necessarily neglect anything either. The whole point of this is just to kind of keep moving and let Valiant get everything in her nose. We don't want her to get fixated on any one particular thing. And like you can see right here, she's detecting something from a distance. And we got to be a little careful with that. And this is why. Right here, she detects some critter odor. More than likely, it's dog pee or something like that. You see how her tail drops all the way, and she just fixates, puts her nose right down on top of it. We can't encourage this type of behavior, and by just letting her stay there on it, you're actually encouraging it. You're telling her it's okay. So one of the things we need to do is when she detects something that's definitely nothing human, it's animal related, keep moving. Don't stop. You don't necessarily have to tell her to leave it or get rid of it or anything. Just keep going. Okay. The purpose of the scent inventory is just to get as much odor in her nose as possible without isolating one particular thing. So we're not encouraging an odor. We're not discouraging an odor. Okay. So when it comes to distraction stuff, we kind of got to let her stay away from those types of things. If you see that behavior, you've got to stop it. So she does a real good job of getting the odor from a distance on the article and nails it really, really nicely. I like how you let all the lead go and make sure she's committed before you start tracking. So fantastic work here. So I'm not really a big fan of encouraging pottying or going to the bathroom on the trail. I mean, I don't mind if the dogs do it and they have to do it, but when you give a good verbal cueing like that, good girl or good boy, then you're actually kind of encouraging it. And so it's better just not to say anything. If they have to go to the bathroom, they go to the bathroom, but don't necessarily encourage it. That's kind of bad timing. Okay, so I really like this behavior right here. She marks this location going over this tree stump, and to me it seems like you had a really good, nice scent picture, perhaps some contact odor over the top of the log. And that contact odor seemed to get her a little bit more excited, and you have an increase in overall intensity on this track. So, really nice behavior to see that right there. So this is some interesting behavior right here. I think that's the beginning of a far alert, because all of a sudden she stops for absolutely no reason, puts her nose into the wind, and increases her intensity and speed on the track. So more than likely this is what we call a far alert. It's not a big scent pool that she can work into. It's just a good scent picture that comes in for a short period of time and then dissipates. But it's enough to keep her or get her more excited about the track, and that's when really she starts moving out again. So one of the things I really like about how you're handling on this track is every time there's a little obstacle, you drop the lead, pick it up on the other side. Every time Valiant slows or stops, you kind of just wait back rather than walking into her business. This is a great way to let the dog work without you influencing what's happening. So one of the things that's not happening now is you're getting some really good proximity alerts. She's getting close and she knows it. That tail's gone scorpion. Her intensity is way up. She's increased her speed. Now we've gone from that far alert to what we call a near alert. She's knows she's getting really, really close, and so that intensity is super high. Right now, we're just going to let her work with that. We're going to build on this. But as time goes on, as she gets a little bit better, we're going to start working that proximity alert more. Now, let's talk about this track as opposed to the last one. This is what I want to see you doing, this type of work. This is super crucial to building that focus. And with time, we're going to work into the contamination and the distractions. But for right now, we have to get her so focused on what she's looking for that when she runs into little teeny problems, they're not such a big deal. This will help when you get into the big problems later, such as big time contamination.